the absolute value of a number is merely the distance between that number and 0 if you were to plot it on a number line. And that's what's key. Let's take a look at an example and see absolute values in life. In fact, this is going to be a cold absolute value. So I've got a little table here that actually shows the average low temperatures in December in one location during a 4-year span. So you can see all 4 years, and you can see the low temperatures. Our challenge is to find the absolute value of the average December low temperature in the year 2011. So check out the chart, and you can see all 4 years there, and 2011 is that one way over there. You can see it. And you can see what the temperature there was, the low temperature. It was negative 1.2 degrees Celsius. So we have to first of all plot negative 1.2 on a number line. And again, I just thought it would be fun to use a vertical number line. So there it is. There's a vertical number line. And I label it, I'd say 3, 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. And now what I'm going to do is I'm actually now going to plot the point negative 1.2. So where does that live? Well, it lives between negative 1 and negative 2, and it's actually going to be a lot closer to the negative 1 this time because the rational number negative 1.2 is actually closer to negative 1 than it is to negative 2. So I'm going to put it right there. So there it is. You can see it. And so that represents that value. Now, what's the absolute value? Well, that represents just the distance between that point and 0. And so if we look at that point and 0, we see what that distance is, which is 1.2. And so the absolute value of negative 1.2 is 1.2. Here's a way of thinking about it. In fact, this is a kind of a little sneaky thing. It's between you and me. It's measuring length. Absolute value is measuring length. And if you take out a ruler and look at a ruler, you will never see negative numbers on the ruler. It starts at 0 and then goes up. And that's why the absolute value of a number will never be negative. It's always going to be positive or maybe 0. And so that's a way of thinking about it. It's distance. So in our example, however, what we can see is we can actually write the absolute value. And the way we write it is we use these vertical lines. It's kind of fun. We nestle the number in between two vertical lines, and that means absolute value. So when I write that, it means the absolute value of negative 1.2, and we've seen what the answer is. It equals, boom, ta-da, 1.2. Kind of a little between us. If you're taking the absolute value of a negative number, all you got to do is strip away that negative sign, and that's going to give you the absolute value. And if you're taking the absolute value of a positive number, there's nothing to do. The absolute value of a positive number equals itself. How cool is that? Absolute values allow us to see the distance a point is from 0. Enjoy thinking about absolute values even in cold temperatures. I'll see you soon.